Hi everyone, and welcome to this guided meditation with me, Espen and Haugen. And today, the theme for the day is the reading from the LOA of Attraction by Esther and Hicks. We continue flow with that energy. It's so good, so happy, beautiful day, everyone. So nice to be here, and yeah. So let's start reading from this book, the Law of Attraction book, the basics of the teaching of Abraham, and yeah, it's a really good book talking about the law of attraction, but talking about our inner beingness and so on and so forth. Hi, Marla Chup. Hi, welcome. So good. So what time is it here? 3:36. Perfect. Perfect timing. Having my tea here and my green food. Good stuff. So just sit back, find a comfortable place, relaxing and allowing. Hear those words. It's something about when we are listening to something, to just relaxing ourselves, quieting our mind, breathing and allowing the energy to come through. And then when we hear something, as from these books from Abraham Hicks, from Esther and Jerry Hicks, then energy comes through because words don't teach, life experience does. So hi Chris, so good to so happy beautiful day to you, to all of you who's come here now, and happy beautiful day Jen, who's back in office. This is so good. So we have like a good time for expanding on now the law of attraction. What a beautiful morning, a beautiful day. So let's continue. This is good stuff. This is from the page 57. So we have been reading from let's see, it's the part 2, the law of attraction. So now we are on the page 57, and yeah, this is gonna be fun. Hi Mary, good day. So how does the victim attract the rob? No, excuse me. I wanted blue. Oh, I have been reading that. This is fun. Yeah, this is the right. How does the victim attract the robber? How does the victim attract the robber? So, Jerry, I can understand robbers being attracted to those they're robbing, but it's difficult to see innocent victims, as they're called, attracting the robbery, or the person being discriminated against attracting the producers. Abraham. But they are just the same. They assaulted, and the assaulters are co-creators of the event. Jerry. So one of them is thinking about what they don't want and getting it, and the other is thinking about what they do want and getting. The vibrational essence of that. In other words, they are what you call a vibrational match. Abraham answered. Abraham, it makes no difference whether you want the specific of it or not. It is the vibrational essence of the subject of your attention that is attractive. That which you really, really want, you get. And that which you really, really do not want, you get. The only way to avoid developing a powerful emotional thought about something is by not thinking the first not so powerful thought that is then added by the law of attraction. Let us say you read in the paper that someone has been robbed. Unless you read a detailed account that brings forth great emotion within you, reading the account or hearing about it will not necessarily put you in the attracting mode. But if you read about it or see it on the television or discuss it with another until you begin to feel an emotional response about it. Then you begin to draw a similar experience closer to you. As you hear the statistics of whatever percentage of your population will be robbed this year, you must understand that the numbers are so high and getting higher because so many people are being stimulated by the thought. Those warnings do not protect you from robberies, but instead make them more likely. They do such a good job of making you aware of the prevalence of robberies, bringing that awareness to your attention again and again, that you not only think of it with emotion, but you expect it. It is no wonder that you get so many of the things you do not want. You give so much of your attention to the things you do not want. We would recommend that if you hear of an assault, you say, that is their experience. I do not choose that. And then release the thought of what you do not want and think of what you do want. Because you get what you think about, whether you want it or not. You came into this environment with so many others because you wanted the wonderful experience of co creating. You can attract from your population those people with whom you would like to positively create, and you can attract from the people in your life the experience you would like to create. It is not necessary or possible to hide from or avoid unwanted people or experiences, but it is possible to attract only the people and experiences that please you. That's really powerful. So good. Whew. So, moving on. I decide to improve my life. Jerry, I recall that as a kid, I had extremely poor health and my body was very weak. And then as a teenager, I decided to, and did, build up my body's strength, and I learned how to defend myself. I practiced martial arts and got very good at self-defense. From the time I was a teenager until I was 33 years old, there was seldom a week that went by that I didn't have what we used to call a fist fight, that I didn't hit somebody in the head. Then, in my 33 year, after reading in the Talmudic ontology about the counterproductivity of taking a revenge, I made some major decisions, and one of them was that I was going to stop taking revenge. And since then, I have not had to hit one person. In other words, all those people that I believe were picking on others and starting fights with me, from the day that I stopped practicing fighting, physically and mentally, those fight provoking people stopped coming into my experience. Abraham answering on that. So, in your 33 year, you changed the direction of your attraction. You see, through the process of living your life and having those fights, week in and week out, you were coming to many conclusions about what you wanted and what you did not want. And while you may not have been consciously aware, with every fight you experienced it, you were getting clearer about not wanting that experience. You did not like being hurt. You did not like hurting others, and even thought you always felt completely justified in your reasons for fighting. Clear preferences were being born within you. The attraction of the book you mentioned came about because of those intentions. And as you read the book, it answered the questions that have been formulating within you at many levels of your being. And as those answers came, a new intention was clarified, and a new point of attraction was born within you. That's really powerful. So we see we can change our path, we can change our direction and whatever what we experience through the day. This is so powerful. It's a great story, by the way. I like that share. Well, whatever what we are experiencing right now, and if we've been experiencing it over and over again, like Jerry has experienced for a long, long time, but then just stop fighting and stop resisting that and start to direct himself with what he wanted that is, and then more clear about it. Then he never experienced that again, and it's so fun to see that whatever we think and feel about, we attract about, but it's like we can change our direction, whatever what we've been experienced until now. If there is thing that unwanted we have in our experience, we can change our direction. We can change our thoughts and feelings around that, and we can more focus in those things that we wanted from whatever, and then gradually start to shift and start to experience more and more of that, and then we're getting out of the head of the unwanted and more in the energy of wanted, because that's why we have in conscious. That's why we say good or bad, right or wrong. That's why we have an emotional guidance system from within. We have something that guides us on our way to know, and it's either not good or bad when we're having an experience we do not want, because we just get more clarified about what we do want when there is an unwanted experience. Know that the pure law source energy, that the vortex is already created from the unwanted experience to wanted inside of that experience. It's like when there is something unwanted, there is an expansion in the wantingness of it inside of the vortex. And what is inside of the vortex? It's the alignment. It's you coming into alignment with your pure law source energy, being present in the newness of you, in you present in you, and then moving forward in the newness of it, and then deliberate more, be aware of what you create, what you want. That's the power of segment intending. That's the power of reading books from Abraham. That's the power of focusing on those things more wanted, and then more you are have holding your attention to it, and say you paying attention to it more and more every day, then you start shifting through your direction more and more into the wantingness. And then when there is something more, say a little unwanted things happening or something, you'll practice your vibration so much in what you want, and feeling so good about what you want, and you're so appreciative of everything you want, and unconditional love, and feel good about anything, everything. You are so much in the alignment with who you are. When there is an unwanted experience, you just feel unconditional appreciation for that too, because now you know it's already expanding in the wanted experience, wanted of it. So you just gradually shift and direct your focus at, this is not what I prefer, but I'm very appreciative for that experience. What do I want? And then you just shift and pivot and more, and then you just see how powerful this is, this how powerful you are as a non-physical energy in your physical form, in your physical body, and then create your own reality as beautiful as you want it. And what a nice thing to just know this, that we are never stuck. There is always a way through. There is always it's a direction. It's not like we need to go back, try to fix it, but it's just a shift and pivot the direction. We are always moving. The energy is always moving. So we don't need to go back, and if there's something unwanted happening, I have to figure it out. Is it something from the past? Then what's happening then? Then what are you attracting? You're thinking about, fixing about, and you're feeling you need to go back and do something about it. Then you feel that the energy moves forward, and you hold your attention backwards, but the energy moves forward. That's why the resistance comes. That's why we're having resistance. This doesn't feel good. What feels a little better? And immediately when you release that, just take a deep breath in. Okay, I don't need to go back to fix this. I don't need to figure out this. I just need to direct, and I just focus. It's something else. What feels a little bit better? Because all is good, all is well. I know this from the beginning. I didn't come forth for resist and try to fix myself. I did come forth for clarify what I want to experience, and be, do, and have anything and everything I desire for, and be in alignment when I desire those things, and then do and have. So there is a difference there. You see, and it's so good to know, and we are so free. So nothing is going wrong. Everything is going right. It's just for our for ourselves to focus, to choose better feeling thoughts, and it's all good. It's all well. We don't need to justify. We don't need to criticize ourselves or judge ourselves or having any condemnation of ourselves. Everything is well. We just like we have our focus and we can choose. We are so free in choosing and focusing. And deliberate focus in the direction of what we want, and deliberate focus in the direction that way that feels good to us. It's beautiful, and we all have our own guidance. We all have our own beautiful uniqueness, guidance from within that guide us on our way. And we know each and one of us, we know what feels good to us from within, always. So come into the alignment, then everything just expand from there. It's so good, so nice. We are so free. Happy beautiful day. We have Merry Sunshine. I like that. Happy beautiful day, Mother Merry Sunshine. Yeah. Beautiful day, Mother Merry Sunshine. We have sunshine here too. It's so nice here outside now. So we have a sunshine now here on Facebook Live. Mother Merry Sunshine. So good. So let's move on. This is good. What's behind our religious and racial prejudices? Jerry, why is there prejudices? I'm not sure about the word, but it's okay. So, Abraham, it is often felt that there are those who do not like certain characteristics about other beings. So in their dislike of those characteristics, they are responsible for their prejudices. We want to point out that it's not only the doing of the one who is accused of being prejudiced. How is this suspended word? Prejudiced. Maybe. I have to check out the word after, but it's good. What is the meaning of it? So more often, the one who feels discriminated against is the most powerful creator in that experience. The being who feels that others do not like him for whatever reason, whether it is religion, race, gender, or social status, no matter what the reason is that he feels that he is being discriminated against, it is the attention to the subject of the prejudice that attracts his trouble. So, do likes attract or do opposites attract? Do likes attract or do opposites attract? Jerry, Abraham, there's a statement that doesn't seem to blend with what we heard from you. And the statement is opposites attract. That seems different from what you teach as far as like attracting like. As far as like attracting like. For instance, opposites do seem to attract, like an outgoing man will marry a shy woman, or an outgoing woman will be attracted to a shy man. Abraham, answering that, everything you see and everyone you know is offering vibrational signals, and those signals must match before attraction can take place. So even in a situation where people seem to be different, there must be a dominant basis of vibrational similarity for them to be together. It is law. Within all people there are vibrations of that which is wanted, and vibration of the lack of what is wanted. And everything that comes into their experience always matches the vibration that are dominant. No exceptions. Let us introduce the word harmony. When two are exactly the same, then their intention cannot be fulfilled. In other words, one who wants to sell does not do well to attract another seller, but the attracting of the buyer brings forth the harmony. The shy man attracts an outgoing woman because his intention is to be more outgoing. So he is actually attracting the subject of his intention. The, the magnetized skillet, whose essence is of iron, will attract to itself another object whose essence is of iron. That is a bolt or a nail or another iron skillet. But it will not attract a skillet that is made of copper or aluminium. When you set your radio receiver to the frequency of 98.7 FM, you cannot pick up the signal of 6:30 a.m. being broadcast from a radio tower. Those frequencies must match. There is no vibrational evidence anywhere in the universe that supports the idea that opposites attract. They do not. So, this is good. Yeah. So, what about when what felt good now feels bad? Jerry, how is it that some people seem to eventually attract something they really wanted, but then when it comes, they find it that it turns out to be a very negative situation? It brings them pain. Abraham answering. Abraham, often from a place that is very far from what is wanted, people will decide what they do want. But instead of focusing upon that desire and practicing the vibration of it until they have achieved vibrational alignment with their true desire, and allowing the law of attraction to then reach out into the universe and bring them perfect matching results, they become impatient and try to make it happen by jumping into action. But when they take action before they have improved the content of their vibration, what they get is something that matches their current vibration instead of something that matches their desire. Until you practice your vibration, there is often a big gap between the vibration of what you actually want and the vibration that you're offering. However, without exception, what comes to you matches the vibration that you are offering. For example, let us say that a woman has recently come from a bad relationship where her partner has verbally and physically abused her. She did not want that or like that. In fact, she hated the life that she lived with that person. So, from her place of really knowing what she does not want, she makes a clear statement of what she does want. She wants a partner who loves her and treats her with kindness and respect. But she feels very insecure without a partner, and she wants a new partner immediately. And so she goes someplace where she accustomed to going and meets a new person who seems nice enough. But that but what she may not realize is that the law of attraction is still matching her up with whatever is dominant within her. And right now, what is still dominant within her is the vibration of what she does not want, because the unwanted parts of her last relationships are much more active within her thoughts than the new intention that have been established. In her eagerness to soothe her feeling of insecurity, she takes action and jumps into this new relationship and gets more of that of what is dominant within her vibration. It would be our encouragement that she take things more slowly and spend more time thinking about what she wants until those thoughts are the basis for the dominant vibration within her. And then let the law of attraction bring her wonderful new partner to her. So that's it. Wow. Goody goody. Yeah, I can read a little bit more. This was a little bit more here. So good. So Jerry, okay, that makes sense. It's sort of like we used to say, they got something they hadn't bargained for. Abraham, that is the value of the creative workshop process. When you get into your workshop, visualizing all of the wonderful possibilities, letting your emotion come forth when you are touching upon that which you are really wanting, and then working upon staying focused where it feels good, then you will not have so much of that. You will discover how to make what you do want your most dominant vibration. And then when the law of attraction matches those thoughts that you have been practicing, you will see not to be surprised. In fact, you will begin to recognize the manifestation of the wonderful things that you have been practicing in your mind. That is so wonderful. And I would say the creative workshop process in this book. I can tell if you're having the book, the Law of Attraction, it's a great thing to practice. Let's see, where is it? From the page 42 and 43 in the book of the Law of Attraction, you can read about the creative workshop, how it works, how you, an example of that. So that's really, really good. And practicing this vibration of what you do want and coming into the place of that, feel good now, and having that thoughts and the feelings vibrating as in the same match, and practicing it more and more, and that will be more dominant. Then you see there's newness coming into it. Then you don't attract, because it's so beautiful to know when there is something active from within, and that energy is more dominant. When you practice the new thought, a new feeling, and in a new creative way in your workshop, and you're feeling more and more in that, what you created, what you thinking about and feeling about it, what you want, then that will be the newness that you will experience more and more. So it's just practice. It's just practice vibration into whatever you want. So all is good, all is well. This is fun. It's a fun process, and life is supposed to be fun, and living a joyous life is why we are here. So love you guys so much, and happy beautiful day, and see you tomorrow. Good.